have a good day today, I think. All right, let's go.
World of Warcraft, baby!
Yeah!
My dog loves World of Warcraft.
This used to be World of Warcraft, a game full of conflict and war. It's considered
How long have you been doing this?
And biggest video game
For about
ever made,
30 minutes.
generating way past $10
15
billion in its
15
lifetime.
minutes.
But somewhere along its
Billion
way,
with a
it has
B.
lost its magic.
I was entertained literally every second in current World
He's
of
so
fucking
young!
Warcraft. You
Holy
can get
crap!
to level 100 by buying it.
It's like the game, like you can't even understand what the fuck is happening in the game.
For
Yeah.
years, the company
Yeah, that's
behind
my
the
main
game,
problem with
Blizzard,
retail.
has desperately been trying to recreate the magic that once
Soda,
was,
that
but
was
without much
Soda, dude.
success.
That was so young.
Today, they're even afraid to disclose their own subscriber numbers, and the people behind the game wished it wasn't even called Warcraft anymore,
Man,
Why?
I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft.
What?
Sounds kind of intimidating.
which is
Are you joking, bro? What the fuck is that? They're making the game and they don't even like the name of it? I'm gonna kill myself. This is already off to a horrible start. World of Warcraft? Why do we have to fight, man? Why can't we just all love each other and give each other little gay kisses? God, this is just a World of Warcraft. No. Are you on any crystalline substances? I'm high on life, man. I'm high on life.
confusing when it's literally a game about war between two factions. Now, how do you go from being recognized as the biggest game in the world to be embarrassed by your own name?
I don't know, you tell me.
Answer.
He's got the answer, guys.
Obvious as you might think. And by the end of this video,
What do you mean it's not as obvious? I can tell you right now. I can tell you in one word why World of Warcraft sucks now. Women. That's it. Period. Point blank. Why did we add women to World of Warcraft? That's what made it not good anymore.
Back in 2004, World of Warcraft took the gaming industry by storm, and it quickly became one of the biggest massive multiplayer online games.
I wouldn't talk to them if they don't play WoW.
What would get you to stop playing? I don't want to stop. Why would I want to stop?
How long are you gonna?
Women in charge of the game or making the game? Both. Women are in charge of the game now. There are women in the field of World of Warcraft making the game and the storylines, which is why they all suck.
All week, maybe.
You don't have to work tomorrow?
Work.
Hello,
There's
Oscar.
No such thing
Thanks
as
for
work
taking attendance.
with WoW.
People literally
True.
spent years of their lives in the game, and some of the closest friendships came from meeting each other online.
We met on World of Warcraft.
I got him into WoW. I got like 7 of my friends into WoW. My ex-girlfriend.
Huh?
I got ex-girlfriend. Emphasis on the ex.
When new expansions came out, people would travel across continents.
What? They
just
had
to wait in line
balloons?
for the midnight release.
We're at EB Games
I want balloons.
in West Hollywood for the release of the Burning Crusade.
I come from Mexico just to get Burning Crusade.
Now, briefly put, World of Warcraft was a world inhabited by its players. And as you made your character, you naturally also picked the faction that you would belong
Yes.
to. Which was a choice at first that didn't really seem like
The
it
midnight
mattered.
release of Wrath? That's a long
But
time
it
ago,
did.
isn't it?
Now imagine that you entered the zone, the Barrens, as a horde player. You're
Yes.
excited to have hit level 10.
I've done this
you
before.
placed your first talent point in your
Oh,
talent
yeah.
tree, looking forward to filling
I
out
remember
the
that guy.
remaining 50. You're now off to explore the world. But suddenly,
What?
an Alliance player marked as Skull appears out of nowhere and
Ooh.
just kills you. You press release
Get
spirit,
ganked, bro.
only to find yourself having to walk for 10 minutes as a ghost.
Get ganked,
So you
bro.
find your body and are able to come back to life.
But wait,
then,
there's
3
more.
seconds after you come to life, the Alliance player kills you once
I love
again.
WoW.
You see, he gets his joy out of making your life miserable, which is why he's been waiting for you for all 10 minutes.
I love
And
WoW.
this is exactly where the magic of World of Warcraft happens. Because
true.
nothing builds a stronger bond between players than
Ganking
sharing
horde at
a
the
common
entrance to
enemy.
raids.
You start to ask for help from other horde players in the
Yes.
Sunlight chat. And together, you defeat that Alliance scum. Now from this day onwards,
The fact that like there are people who make it their jobs at level, like they hit level 60 and they're like, I'm gonna save the level 10 players from the evil level 60s that stick around at the starting zones and kill everyone. And it's like, where is he? I'm on it. And it's like a freaking, he's like Batman. They're like Batman and they come to save you. That was amazing. Or when you're like leveling a character and you're like level 15 and then they also are getting ganked with someone else. And then they're like, be right back. I'm going to get on my ult. And they get on their ult and they're like freaking level 60 with a million different armor pieces that you've never seen before in your life. And they come back and they kill the person that's killing you guys. That's crazy. That's life. That's life on WoW. And that's what I like about Classic. I don't care for retail, man.
for life, officially at war with the Alliance.
I'm looking for world PvP because I hate Horde, so I kill Horde when I see Horde.
Do you guys play together?
No, we play different servers. He's Horde, I'm Alliance.
Oh, damn. Oh, no, you know what she's doing on that other server without him there.
Like the amount of people
She's
who
dancing on
walk
the
up to
tables.
me and show me their Horde tattoo.
Yeah, that's my tattoo.
Tattoo?
Alliance. Horde.
Legendary 2 hours on my
Commercials were centered around the two factions at war.
You lost the account. This is so sad. Ah, yeah. Dude, they had World of Warcraft Mountain Dew. Do you remember that? Oh, shit.
But the extreme rivalry
Hello,
of the two
Blaze.
factions
Welcome in.
wasn't just something that randomly happened. In fact, it was born from one of the most controversial decisions in the game's development.
The world is divided into two warring factions.
Correct.
There's the Horde and the Alliance.
That's where the Warcraft happens.
And that was a very important, very controversial decision that was made by Alan Adham. Pardu and I came from EverQuest, where we felt like this was a horrible decision
It was
Alan was making.
You see, in EverQuest, every race would
I hear a lot about EverQuest, but I've never played it before. Is it still around, or is it one of those games that, like, died? I don't know. I watch a lot of lore videos, and this is, like, the main lore for World of Warcraft, is EverQuest.
be able to group up and play together. Splitting the world in two was seen as a very bad strategic move. But Alan Adam, one of the founders of Blizzard, had seen something that the others hadn't.
He came from more of the dark age of Camelot that was more PvP based.
Why were they dark?
And he said the magic of that game
I
was
joked
they
at
had
Blizzard
three
for 7 years.
factions.
No!
Joked at Blizzard for 7 years. Joked at Blizzard
Stop
for 7 years.
joking! Pause!
You were instantly on a team. You weren't a loner in the world. Whether you liked it or not, you had people on your side. Alan's a smart guy. The fact that he was fighting so hard for Horde Alliance, we gotta do it.
The war between the factions wasn't just a side effect. It was the design. But splitting the world into two teams were only half of
Where's this guy's accent from?
it. Because a rivalry and a war, well, it needs a reason behind it to make you want to fight. And that reason, that came from just only one man.
Chris Metzen, who was the creative director on World of Warcraft.
Earring.
Really, like Alan Adham, who's one of the founders of Blizzard, calls Chris the heart and
Sprinting
soul
to
of
Scarlet
Blizzard.
Monastery.
It's almost like when you're making a Blizzard game, you're making Chris's imagination. And Chris famously said the lead character of World of Warcraft is the world.
You see, World of Warcraft
World.
was based off of the game Warcraft.
Oh,
which
you
was a
don't tell.
strategy game about two armies at war.
You don't say.
And Metzen had been the one writing the war since the very beginning.
You know, in Warcraft 1, we had, you know, the kingdom of Stormwind and the land of Azeroth. And it was the conflict of that game was pretty much contained within that place. You know, the orcs come through the swamps of Sorrow and, you know, through Elwynn Forest and attack Stormwind. The scope of that conflict was pretty small. As we started talking about Warcraft 2 and the idea of expanding...
What do you mean the scope of that conflict was small? That's a huge conflict, is it not? Coming from another world to kill everybody? That seems like a huge conflict to me.
Two armies, the human group became the alliance, you know, with elves and dwarves and gnomes. You know, reciprocally, the orc group expanded to
elves and dwarves and gnomes, and there's one more in there.
Include forest trolls and ogres and death knights and all sorts of good.
What is a death knight?
So a lot of the design decisions with the two
I'm a fake
armies
fan.
and kind of expanding them.
I'm a fake fan.
Dedicated building the world and building it out further.
Kills your flight master.
And Chris Metzen both agreed on a very important thing, and that was the game needed both factions and a reason to fight each other, essentially giving birth to the magic of the World of Warcraft.
I like Chris,
this wasn't just a video game that they were making.
It's more than just a video game. It's more than just this project we work on, you know, for long periods of time. It's a vehicle through which we engage with the world, you know, through our community, through the players and the people that love the fiction or the raiders, the PvP players, right?
Raider.
All sorts of different types of WoW player out there, but we're all kind of united by this space.
And the passion that the players would feel from Chris Metzen building these stories so passionately to bring us together is essentially what made World of Warcraft such a big game for years. But Blizzard's biggest success of a video game would soon get in very big trouble. When you attract millions upon millions of players interested
No,
in paying a subscription
no,
fee,
please pause,
well, you also attract
It's
someone
good
else.
now.
and someone else was knocking on Blizzard's door. Meet
Women.
Bobby
No.
Kotick, a hardcore American businessman
I
who had been at the
Blizzard for 6-7 years. I did Blizzard for
Fucking
6-7 years.
Christ.
I did Blizzard for 6-7 years.
Why are you guys
Blizzard for
like
6-7
this?
years. I drank breast milk at Blizzard.
What? Ah, yes, the Blizzard breast milk is honestly gourmet, high quality, okay? So fewer players at a large percentage are probably Mythic sweats. Mythic Plus and Mythic Dungeons are all I hear about from the freaking high society streamers, but they all look the same. I tune into these freaking raids and they all look the same. It's just millions of people on the screen with millions of things happening at once. It makes no sense. They aren't fun. They are not fun. This is not fun. I do not like this. Otherwise called hell. Yes.
Steering wheel for Activision
Mythic
since
Dungeons.
the 90s.
Hell.
His entire career was
League
built
copied
during
Dota.
turnarounds of
Yeah.
companies near bankruptcy.
You know what? I never ran a business that didn't make money. Like, that gets back to the DNA of, I don't know how to do that.
After successfully
never ran a
turning the
business,
sinking
didn't make
ship of
money.
Activision around, he was hungry for more. So he put his target on a studio that could build him an empire.
He's
Blizzard
hungry.
Entertainment.
His
The
big
deal
fat
made
belly's gotta
merged
get full.
Activision with Blizzard's parent company. And from that, they created a giant called Activision Blizzard with
What the fuck was that? Wait, what the fuck was that?
company. And from that, they created a giant.
What is that? What is... Okay, hang on. This is Call of Duty? Huh? Huh? Who's this Gorilla Man? What I don't know any of these characters, bro. Who are you people?
Called Activision Blizzard with Bobby Kotick at the steering wheel.
Ah, it's the
together with his
Activision
board.
side that I
And
don't
they only
know.
had one thing in mind, and that was making money. Now the timing was almost too perfect
Businessman
because
makes
Blizzard
business
were actually mid-development
decisions.
on what would become the single biggest expansion that World of Warcraft would ever see, growing from
cringe.
all the way
Ugh.
up to 12 million
I
subscribers.
understand, Bubba. I agree.
Do you realize how much money that is? They were
Fortnite is
literally
Epic
making
Games.
$180 million per month.
Per
Now,
month?
Making money isn't
A
necessarily
month?
a bad thing because Blizzard were already
That's
doing
a-
so
that's a
way
lot of
before
money.
Activision entered the image. But when your #1 priority is to be profitable, it
Yeah.
shifts the focus from making the world
Bubba,
of Warcraft.
relax.
to
Relax.
make
We're not
money
even at the
off
bad
of
part
the world
yet.
of Warcraft. And this matters because suddenly the game and the people developing it had metrics and targets to reach.
No,
which means that
the Target
decision-making
logo.
wasn't up to Chris Metzen all alone anymore.
Chris
but
Metzen,
rather in the
why?
boardroom talking about
Why did this
numbers and
happen?
targets. Suddenly, the content that was made and released with the patches was more focused on keeping you playing with daily and weekly chores.
Ouch.
But even
Hi,
worse,
Moonshine.
microtransactions were
Welcome.
also introduced. Now, the first purchasable mount, the Celestial Steed,
Per-
was priced
Ugh.
at $25.
25 real life dollars? How many months of WoW does that buy you, bro? At least one, depending on how long. I remember it used to be like $30 per month. So it would be like $1 a day to play WoW. They're scamming you. Look at this freaking gay ass mount.
And according to a former Blizzard developer, it ended up making more money than StarCraft 2 would ever make. Think about that for a second. Bobby Kotick
horse?
and Activision
The gay horse made more than StarCraft? Oh, dude, no wonder they made everything gay and annoying. Damn, bro.
were really good at making money indeed. But they weren't the only ones who had noticed how much money that World of Warcraft was printing. The entire
Printing
gaming
money.
industry wanted a piece of the pie. One by one, new MMOs started appearing. Star Wars: The Old Republic, at the time one of the most expensive video games ever
That's
made.
Disney, right?
Warhammer Online, Rift,
Hmm.
Wildstar, and even Final Fantasy.
Never played
Every
any of
time
those.
One of them was released.
Never played any of those
the
games.
press and
Oh, yeah, dude. It made more money than an entire real game. Just the stupid little mount. I can't believe that, bro. Why do people pay for shit? It's so annoying. Why are you paying for shit when you could just play the game? I'm getting tilted immediately. WoW players are at fault for modern slop. I mean, how are they at fault if the Activision guy already was printing money with his other shit, and then he just buys Blizzard and just does the same thing? I need to make my big number go even bigger.
some of the player base would hype it up to be a potential WoW killer, but essentially nothing could recreate the magic of World of Warcraft.
Nothing.
Star Wars lost so
It's
many
true.
subscribers, it went free to play within a year. Wildstar got shut
Yee,
down, and
cringe.
Final Fantasy, it never really took off. Well, until later, but I'll get back to that.
Huh?
No WoW killer
Wait,
actually
what?
killed the game, and it was dominating its competition, essentially crowning it the king of the MMO genre. But as Chris Metzen wrote in his own story arc,
no king rules forever, my
Ooh.
as Blizzard had just peaked its subscribers with the conclusion of its storyline of Wrath of the Lich King, something was about to go terribly wrong.
Maybe. I just don't like change. Anytime they add stuff, it makes me sad. I'm a boomer and I don't like change.
You see, changing the focus from creating a world to
changing! I don't like
will
change!
never go unnoticed by your own player base.
Correct.
And the players, well, they just wanted the magic back.
Have you ever thought about
Thank you for subscribing on YouTube.
for
Welcome in.
previous expansions as they were then?
Oh god, I hate this freaking video.
Very brave
Oh, I hate this video.
To enter BlizzCon's Q&A and ask the Blizzard team directly if they would ever reintroduce a classic version of the game. But
we need to invent a time machine and go back and explode whoever said no.
No.
That man needs to be exploded right now. Computer, explode that man's dick right now.
Either.
Immediately.
You do, but you don't.
You think you do?
The link of trust between the developers and the players. Slowly but surely, the player base's frustration only grew bigger.
Does he still work at WoW? Explode that man's PNR.
A long rant about why I hate World of Warcraft currently.
So young.
You can legitimately get to level 100 in a day. A fucking day. So
That's how I feel.
Everyone wants to love World of Warcraft so fucking badly. And it's just so hard. It's just this stupid fucking deformed
Is he on a
piece of
porch?
shit.
But it wasn't
to assume that guy has a PNR after saying no. That's true. We can't assume these days whether or not people have PNRs. Because sometimes they act like they should, and they don't.
Players who were struggling with
Leveling is the
Blizzard's
best
change
part of
focus.
Classic. I
On the
agree.
inside, the very own people who had created
the
world
journey.
were starting to struggle as well. By the release of the expansion Mist of Pandaria, Chris Metzen, the heart and the soul of the game, had started showing early signs of disagreeing with
Dementia?
the direction of the game and Activision
no.
Blizzard.
Sure, it's a job. Sure, we got a company to run, we got a product to put out.
Shit in that guy's
That's not the point.
He confided in an open interview that one of his greatest fears were to let down the Warcraft fans.
Too late.
He feared that people hated the game that they had made.
Too late.
And he dishonored the brand and the company behind it. He felt like a victim of the split focus within Blizzard to make money. As he described in his own words, falling into a trap and cycle of performance. In 2016, Chris Metzen resigned from his role at Blizzard due to extreme
2016.
burnout. But he didn't just leave
That was a
Blizzard
long time
and the
ago.
game behind. He also left the player base behind.
You
see,
Chris Metzen, why have you forsaken us? We are forsaken.
They kept releasing expansion upon expansion, built to keep its players playing and sell copies. But the subscriber count would just still keep dropping. Eventually, Blizzard just stopped telling us what their subscriber numbers were.
Oh no!
All hope for the game. Something had been going down in secret. As
Secret?
These supposedly MMO killers had been
You know what they say about
appearing left and
secrets.
right to push Warcraft off of its pedestal. It turns out that the actual threat wasn't any of them. 30 hardcore WoW fans who had been playing since the release of the classic
threat was
game in
the 30
2004
hardcore WoW
had
fans?
taken it upon their own hands to give the players what they actually wanted. Illegally, they had built a duplicate version of the old game and ran a publicly available
Blizz-like
server for free
leveling.
called Nostalrius. And the
Ooh.
server, well,
I've
it
never
was
heard of this
literally
before.
packed with people who had quit
Ooh.
Blizzard's version of the
Ooh.
game to play the game that had the magic that they fell in love with.
I never
In
heard of this
over a
before.
year, Nostalria's reached close to 1 million created accounts and over 150,000 active monthly players.
I've heard of Turtle WoW, and I've heard of the other one that was still around until recently, but I've not heard of Nostalrius. I mean, it makes sense, nostalgia, and then you gotta add a little fantasy flair to it, so yeah.
Even the biggest
And Blizz hated them. Of course Blizzard hated people playing on a different server than the ones that they were offering, because that means that they don't get the money from it.
Warcraft streamers such as Soda Puppin was playing on the Nostalria servers when he wasn't
shit.
streaming, ultimately showing to Blizzard
When he wasn't streaming. Oh, is it because Twitch doesn't like when people do things illegally? So technically, if you were streaming Classic WoW at the time where Classic WoW didn't exist, then you were doing something illegal, right? Damn, so he had to stream it and play his off time? That's hilarious.
Blizzard that the real threat to World of Warcraft was its own former self. But because this was an illegally
You
built
changed
server,
World of Warcraft.
and Blizzard owned the IP, They just, without much hesitation, sent a cease and desist to shut down the server, which meant that once again, the players were very discouraged and felt more frustrated than ever.
They literally ran it
Lawfare.
For just the love of the game, as JonTron puts it. And you literally went out of your way and you got them shut down.
When was this? He's so young in this. He still has that same sweater, does he not? I feel like I've seen a clip of him recently on Twitter with the same sweater.
It was your game. That was so good.
But then something incredible happened.
It's like a decade ago.
Every single serious gamer played World of Warcraft at least once in their life. Blizzard would make a ton of money.
Does that mean I'm a gamer?
People would come back if these servers were made and released.
I
to
did.
Convince Blizzard
I came back.
Finally listen. The players had realized that they needed to do the market research for Blizzard, showing the potential money that they could make off of re-releasing the classic game.
That's what we need.
Was made. And it got signed by 280,000 people. It
That's
even
a
got
lot of money.
featured on BBC. Now,
BBC! Oh, hello.
former WoW lead Mark Kern, he personally carried close to 10,000 of its pages into the official Blizzard HQ. And the Nostalrius team actually reached out to Blizzard to offer their help, saying that they would come on board to build the game with them. So Blizzard invited them in, and they met. But it was never disclosed what was said at the meeting, which to the
Did they sign an
players made it
NDA?
even worse. When
I really
Blizzard
hope
afterwards
they
just
didn't sign an
decided to
NDA.
Say nothing.
Nothing?
For a year and a half, nothing.
Wow, LARPer. Hell, did not pick a name yet. Dude, pick a name and then call me a LARPer, man.
Until November 3rd, 2017.
I want to take a minute. And I want to talk about
2017.
What? No. No. No way. No way. Ice cream is one of my favorite desserts. But I understand that for some of you,
Look how long his ponytail is.
your favorite flavor is vanilla. No way.
Wow. Mic drop. Mic drop.
Holy fuck. Oh, Jesus.
This must have been crazy.
Did you see they announced classic service?
We're doing that again. We agreed we were going to do that
I just want to make sure you knew.
I could not believe that it would be announced.
So I just watched the announcements. Dude, I lost it. Oh, I started.
Dude, I wasn't on Twitter back in the day. This must have been nuts. This must have been like World War III. This must have been World of Warcraft 3 at this point with this announcement. But then those private servers also didn't stop right away, right? I thought they were still around until recently. Correct? I don't know. I like when things don't change. I don't like change, man. I want to see my same streamers do the same thing over and over again for every day of my entire life until I die. Why are we changing things, man?
Tearing up.
Jay
He got
Allen
greasier,
Brett, the very
yeah.
same guy who had gone out on stage to say that they would never release Classic and that we as the player base think we want it, but we don't.
Listen, he doesn't get his penis back. We exploded his penis for saying that. He doesn't get it back just because he took back the decision, okay? Just because he was the guy that said no, and then he's like, actually, I'm sorry, you guys were right. He doesn't get his penis back for that. He was wrong from the beginning, and he was gonna stay wrong.
He went out on stage again
Yes!
at BlizzCon
Exactly!
to reveal that World of Warcraft Classic was finally being re-released,
Yay!
and the community went crazy for it. As it was released, streamers flocked to play WoW, and even veteran players returned to feel that same feeling they had back in 2004.
Me, for
playing
real,
the
for
game.
real.
It broke
On
the
God, no
launch day
cap.
Twitch records with 1.1 million viewers on release day.
Dang, look how
And Blizzard
Twitch used to
finally
look.
saw their subscriber count just go up, as it was, according to their own financial statements, the biggest quarterly subscription increase they had ever seen. There's
Wait a
just
second. I
one
thought they were stopping.
massive
They didn't tell
problem.
you the numbers. I thought they were not telling us the numbers anymore. They just said biggest quarterly massive number, big massive number. And you just believed them? I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of concurrent players or whatever.
With re-releasing an old game, you see, it was living on borrowed time. No matter how you looked at it, it is still a re-release of an old game. And come the final patch of that game, Blizzard didn't have its soul at the steering wheel, Chris Metzen, which meant that when players were still actively playing the classic game,
But I mean,
the decision for where to go with World of Warcraft Classic had to be made by someone else.
I mean, if you don't change it, then why does Chris Metzen have to come back? If the game stays the same, there's no need for him to come back and change anything, or for them to change anything. Just leave it. Just leave it. People have add-ons. They can do whatever they want to do, okay? He was kind of right. Player base was cancer. Player base was cancer? Wow, player base was cancer? You mean they are? They are cancer, me included?
Now enter Holly Longdale, the brother.
No! No! Take this woman off my screen! Take this woman off my screen! Immediately!
Holly had came directly from EverQuest, the same game that the original
Don't care.
developers of WoW had
Don't
taken
care.
inspiration from, which sparked a hope in the community.
No!
But the thing is just that her role at EverQuest wasn't connected to building an immersive world.
You don't say! You don't
It was
say!
something else. You see, under her decade-long tenure at EverQuest, she was in charge of re-releasing old versions of the game almost annually, each time with some added twist or a quality of life improvement.
No! No, dude, I'm so tired of women coming in and adding their twist to classic media. Bro, why? Why the hell do we have to take Snow White and make it a feminist movie? That makes no sense. Why are we taking EverQuest and making a little classic spin on it? No! Stop putting your stupid little womanly spin on things, man. That's what makes things bad. I'm
Also
tired.
recycle old content and sell copies. Which is why when she joined Blizzard, Activision Blizzard went on to let Holly do what Holly does best. And that's when they announced that they would re-release the Burning Crusade Classic, just with extra vanity items to pay for. And
Kills myself, kills myself, kills myself.
Even seasonal servers, like they had done with EverQuest, came to life in World of Warcraft.
In mowing the lawn,
No! Feminists coming in to give their own twist. Decade-old franchise ruined. Immediately. Immediately. Why the hell are we allowing this? Where are the men? Where are the men to stop the stupid women? I'm malding. I'm malding right now. I'm sorry.
The player base hoped that this would be a fresh
Hello, Omni.
version built on the old game that had so much magic that made it great. Eventually, of course, the disconnection to their player base caught up to Blizzard and to Holly. Because while they kept re-releasing old content, while never really making meaningful updates to the game, the players had caught eye on something else. A WoW killer from the past that had come back to haunt the future of what WoW was. Final
What's
Fantasy
this?
XIV.
He did say we were going to come back to Final Fantasy XIV. Huh? The men have become more feminine than the women. We need to start giving all of the testosterone boosters that for some reason women are taking and giving them to men to make the world normal again. Why is this happening? Why? Have you heard of the Lego study? I have not. Lego my balls? Is that where that's going? I hope not.
That had initially failed had remade their own game, and it was full of soul, as the
Full
creator
of
behind it
soul.
was a hardcore MMO player himself.
True.
Final Fantasy offered the
That guy
WoW
looks
players
sick.
a game that was built for gamers by gamers, like World of Warcraft once had been. And this caused a mass exodus from
WoW
World of Warcraft
refugees.
by both players and huge
Oh,
streamers.
damn, even
But
Asmon
here's the
played it?
sad truth. Because whenever
That's a lot
Blizzard
going on.
lost its players to
Cool.
a game like Final Fantasy or a private server like the
Wait,
Star
wait,
Wars,
wait.
they will literally
What does he mean by a game like Final Fantasy? What is he trying to say with that? You know, a game like one of those games that those people play? You know, those people?
being told the same thing. We don't want new. We want what was lost.
Exactly!
And either Blizzard just
Get this woman off
endured
my
it or
screen!
actively chose to ignore it. Because they were still trapped between the split focus of hitting quotas and keeping the players happy. But now there was a sale to Microsoft on the table, which meant that of course the numbers had to look good no matter what. So instead of rebuilding the world, they essentially just doubled down on the strategy of chopping down World of Warcraft Classic into several different versions of the old game. Seasons of Mastery,
Chop it up,
Seasons
chop
of
it up.
Discovery, Hardcore, and Era.
Hardcore.
Each one spiked and then faded a little faster than the last.
That's okay.
And selling game copies
That's
built on
okay,
a feeling
man.
of nostalgia won't last.
Life. That's life, man. Life has its peaks and valleys. Just like video games have their peaks and valleys. Just how like everyone goes and they play Minecraft for a month religiously and then they put it down for a few months and they go back to it every few months. You're like, oh, maybe I want to play a little Minecraft again. It's just like that, man. People just have their peaks and valleys in the games that they want to play. Why are we acting like this is such a freaking end of the world scenario? It's not. It's not.
Forever. They had taken a mirror of what once used to be World of
Ooh,
Warcraft
I like the way
and
you said
just
that.
shattered
A
into
mirror?
different pieces, hoping that the players wouldn't realize it is
A
literally
petition
the same
for
glass.
Oshie to join Blizzard. With
Hit women. I'm gonna start throwing punches. I'm gonna start throwing haymakers immediately. Equal rights, equal lefts. Boom, boom. right, left.
The man who set all of this in motion, well, he didn't really have to watch it break, because Microsoft bought the company, and Bobby Kotick just sailed off with a fortune while they—
Look at that no neck having bitch. Get out of here, Bobby Kotick. No, I'm sorry. That was mean. That was mean. That was mean. I'm sure he's a fine gentleman when it doesn't come to World of Warcraft. Well, I don't understand what it is about the way that girls play with toys is different than the way that boys play with toys, right? Girls will take like a G.I. Joe and they'll put him in the kitchen and they'll make him cook, you know? But boys understand that G.I. Joe is meant to be a soldier, you know? Boys understand that Barbie is meant to be at the pool. There's for some reason, women will take everything and make it womanly. But men understand that there's a purpose for things, you know? Like, boys will take the fire truck and put firemen in it and then put out fires. But girls will take the fire truck and they will take the fire truck to the grocery store and they'll fill the fire truck with groceries and bring it home. And then they do their little cooking game, you know? That's it. That's how it is.
The entire industry applauded him for turning World of Warcraft into a machine that just printed money. But with the supposedly villain finally gone, so surely the magic could come back now, right?
No, you still have a woman! You still have a woman there! Get her out of here!
Or something genuinely unexpected happened.
That's actually a way of looking at it I never thought of. It's just... that's...
Something
just
that would
true.
surprise even the old school veteran players and those who had left to play another.
That analogy was amazing. I don't know. It's just how I feel. It's just how I feel and what I see.
Their game. Because Blizzard had one more card up their sleeve.
There may very well be a job posting up soon on the Orgrimmar Warboard. And if there is, we'll call you.
What? Who's he talking to? Oh shit, okay. Hey, maybe there's a chance.
They had
Maybe
realized
there's a
they could
chance.
no longer recreate the magic that made the game
Hi,
so
Thalen.
special.
Welcome in.
So they broke their in case of emergency glass and called back the heart and soul himself.
Please welcome my friend and the executive creative director of the Warcraft universe.
Oh shit.
Chris Metzen.
You know why she said my friend, right? It's to soften her own, like, picture in our heads. Because if oh, I'm friends with Chris Metzen. You guys like Chris Metzen, right? You guys must like me too then, because he likes me and I'm his friend. Come on, guys. You like me, right? Chris Metzen's here. He's my friend. My friend! Yeah. Okay, lady, why don't you talk about his achievements? Why don't you talk about his crowning achievements and what makes him an awesome person instead of my friend? Women making everything about themselves again.
They're bringing him back.
You know they didn't call him. Dude, on their knees, hands in their palm, faces in their hands.
I never thought I would see this again.
The king had returned.
He's my
to
friend
save his kingdom.
achievement.
And for
Yeah.
the first time in many years, there were finally real hope. But it didn't take long for this whole illusion to shatter. Because both the company and the game he returned to wasn't at all the same anymore.
We want everybody to be able to play WoW. I just want to bring it to
Venom,
as
Venom.
many people.
No, you don't want everyone to play WoW. Dude, you don't want that. If you want everyone to do something, you're stupid. This is so sad. Dude, I don't understand that. If you want everyone to like something, it means you want no one to like it.
To be able to play WoW. I just want to bring it to as many people as possible. And that means, you know, evolving what Warcraft means, what it is, and where it's going. We want it to be approachable.
Today, both the Horde and the Alliance can easily play together, whether that's raids, dungeons, PvP. I mean, they can even join the same guild and with
Ow.
that, become
Hang on. They can play together? I didn't know this. Horde and Alliance are playing together now? What is this marriage? What is happening?
less about war and much more about art.
You're
and
joking.
aesthetics.
You're joking.
Some players call it the
Oh my-
disneyfication of World
It's
of
sick.
Warcraft.
It's sickening.
How do you go from being the greatest game of all time to now not even want to stand by your name?
Even with Chris Metzen,
Disgusting,
we talk about,
disgusting.
Sometimes he's like, man, I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft.
Oh god, I hate this woman so much.
Sounds kind of intimidating.
Did you catch it? Because this isn't according to Holly. her own words. This is actually something Chris has said.
No.
That he wished they didn't call it Warcraft. Chris Metzen has entirely changed his perspective.
Oh, sounds intimidating. Alliance and Horde are what? They're combined, they're allied to beat demons, but the Horde uses demons. Warlocks summon demons. I don't understand this, man.
The story that he's writing, meaning that it's no longer supporting the core concept of what made WoW so good, which is war and conflict between the two factions. And the reason why they don't even want to call it Warcraft anymore is because that the name itself is actually a promise. Warcraft. And the people who are designing the world now.
I like that he added this woman when he said the people that are designing this world.
Well, they don't want to keep that promise anymore because the promise was made by an entirely different group of people. If you take out the war, well, all that's really left is just scenery. But of course, in today's day and age, for Blizzard to split the player base in half, make sure that they can't even talk to each other, and let strangers in the Barrens ruin each other's evening on purpose.
What do you mean ruin each other's evening on purpose? That's the best part. That's the best part. Oh my god.
That idea dies within 5 minutes in any design meeting today. We
Oh my
even heard
God.
Jeff say that back then it was a controversial decision, but Alan believed in it so much
Alan.
that they just had to go forward with it. But at Blizzard,
You can
there's
play
not
house
really
in
anyone
Warcraft.
left to fight for the war. Clearly,
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on, snooze this ad for 5 minutes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Why is there house? Why are we playing house in World of Warcraft? See, this is what happens when you add women to video games. They take the video game and they make it a woman game. Why are we playing house? Why am I cooking in my little house and putting furniture out in World of Warcraft? That's what happens. The women, they took the freaking fire truck, right? They took the fire truck with the firemen in it fighting fires and they made it into the freaking mom van, okay? That's what's happening. I hate this. I hate this.
really not even medicine. And that is why that there will never be another World of Warcraft.
Kills myself immediately. Dude, that's insane. That's insane. I can't. Okay, first of all, DVD cover immediately before I dox myself. I don't understand why we have to do this. We have to do this to every game. We have to do this to every franchise. We have to do this to everything that people like. They take it, they remaster it, and they make it worse.
More women to play. Make it like The Sims.
Yeah, if women wanted to build their houses and like add marriage to big cow men like they like to do these days, then they should have just played The Sims. They should mod The Sims to add minotaurs so that they can go ahead and milk them. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever women want to do, they can do it on their own time. But I want to fight. I want to play World of Warcraft. I want to get ganked in Barrens at level 10 by the rogue on the Alliance over and over and over again until someone can come and help me. But no, now we have to freaking have houses and we have to love each other and we have to kiss and we have to like smooch every day and the freaking what advertising looks like a PowerPoint video that Disney put out in 2 seconds. Pet battles. Okay. All right. And your pets don't even get mad at you anymore. You're like your hunter pet. You can just treat your pet like shit and they don't run away. That's crazy. I'm crashing out. Have you seen the housing trailer? I don't want to. I don't want to. See, that's the thing. I want to just pretend in my own little head that classic is all that we have and that's all that we need and that's all that we get. Because classic was the best part of World of Warcraft. I want to play Warcraft now. I want to play the actual game, Warcraft, just to see what happens. You know, you can buy the houses with real money. See, that's another thing. Women want it so easy. People want to make it so easy on themselves. They just want to throw money at shit, make it easy. And they take out any little sense of friction. We need friction in video games so that we can feel like we achieved something. That's something that people don't do anymore, man. Like, why can't we achieve? Why are we not allowed to achieve things anymore? Why does everything has to be so easy? You know? Like the fact that you can just pay to get to level 100 instead of actually going through and doing the thing that is the game. Like, why do people not want to play a game anymore? You know? It's crazy. It's too much for me, I think. It's dumb. It's dumb and annoying and gay and stupid. And I want real video games again. Make video games awesome again.